Alright guys, before we get into today's videos, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Oh, good morning guys. 4:36 a.m. Let's get this day started. Well, she's done all her work this week. Oh. Well, got something interesting here, guys. It's, I don't even know what today is. I'd tell you the date if I knew it. We were working on the Chevy. Had a 36-footer. Got stuff everywhere. Set this down. We were working on the up pipe. That's cracked. And the down pipe seized to the turbo. So I've been spraying it. And I'm finally starting to get some wiggle out of it. So I'm going to keep spraying it, and down pipe's got to come out to get to the back bolts. I've got the 3 bolts out here on the up pipe, but the 3 up on the pedestal are can't get to without taking the down pipe out. So that being said, if I'm not using the Dodge, the Chevy's out of commission. We're pulling the enclosed. What are we using? Well, there's the answer. Taking the 6-liter. Got her hooked up. This thing is mint. This is my dad's truck. Hold on, let me take the key out here. The key's not in it actually, it just dings. Anyways, this thing is mint. 243,000 miles. Check it out, clean as can be. Got a little rust starting to happen on it, but it's a good truck. You guys have seen this in my recovery video of the Chevy. I actually pulled this enclosed back from Toledo, Ohio. But we are taking the 6-liter to Kansas. Taking a Beetle out to Kansas, bringing a 69, 67 Impala, one of those years back. But we'll see how she does. Actually just put a brand new exhaust on it. Brand new 4-inch, just waiting on a tip to put on it. But the old one started to rust, so I figured for Father's Day I'd buy Dad a brand new one. Just gotta adjust that up a little bit when we get the tip. That needs cut to make it perfect and flush with the bed. But let's get loaded up and get on the road to Kansas. Well, we're on the road, and this thing has a edge monitor in it, so we've got coolant temp, trans temp, and oil temp all on the right side there. Definitely be keeping an eye on this because it is a 6-liter. Check engine lights on for EGR code because it is deleted. Now, this truck originally, when I had it, was had a Edge Juice with Attitude on it, and I beat the ever-loving crap out of this thing when I bought it like 6 years ago. I think it had like 65,000 miles on it when I bought it from a dealer, and the girl, I actually found paperwork in the glove box of the girl who owned it before me, and she used it to haul like her cattle trailer or horse trailer or something like that. And right before she traded it in, it actually had head gasket work done under warranty by Ford. They didn't she didn't stud it or anything at that point, and it's been a fine truck ever since. But it's got, like I said, 243,000 miles on it, and we're gonna see if this can be a reliable truck. I love this truck. That's why I bought it originally and then sold it to my dad. It is so comfortable. I mean, these seats, the Lariat seats, are comfortable. This one actually has new foam under it, so it's a comfortable ride. We'll see if this can be reliable for us, and we're actually going to see what kind of miles per gallon it gets on this trip, because this thing isn't known to get the best fuel mileage. Well, the good news is we're here to pick up. 11:45 a.m. Oh, rolling into the customer's house right now. I've been here many a times. I originally transported this to his house when he bought it in the enclosed trailer, and now he has sold it on eBay, and it is headed to Kansas. So I wonder if he'll be out here waiting for me or not. I told him what time I'd be here. He's got a long, he lives way back this lane, so he'll usually come pick me up or in the car and then drive me out, or I'll just ride up in his truck with him and then drive it out and load it up here in this open field. So I'm gonna get turned around here, and because he lives way back there, so I'm gonna get turned around here and we can get this thing loaded up. All right, here she is, little fully restored Beetle. I mean, fully restored, purring like a kitten. Beautiful little car. I'm gonna go ahead and hop in here, but fully restored interior, little bug floor mats. Not a very heavy load, that's for sure. Back her up a little bit, get it straightened up. Got the trailer swept out. Got my bike in here, and let's get this thing loaded up. And just like that, she is in. And it's only about 120 degrees in here. Always leave myself, if I can, a little more on the driver's side to get out. But, you know, this ain't taking up much room. We got straps there for the front. Come to the back, we've got some to the side, some all the way back. Wanted to get a little more tongue weight to keep the trailer from swaying, so that's why we pulled it up as far as we did. It's a big thing with these bumper pull in closed, but the escape hatch makes it nice. We'll put the camera away and get this thing strapped down. First stop. We're not actually out of fuel. We just stopped to get to use the restroom and get a drink. So really got about 280 miles. Sorry if it's loud out here, guys. This truck beside me is extremely noisy. Yeah, 280.4 miles, but I'm here and I don't want to stop anymore for quite a while. So let me go ahead and get fuel here and check in and see what our fuel mileage is. And I was gonna be able to get out of here till this guy pulled behind me. But anyway, so we got, oh shit, you guys are pointing towards this guy. We've got 280 and we took 25 gallons, 25.1 gallons. So we're 11.2 miles to the gallon. So not bad. That portion and this next portion of the drive are going to be extremely hilly. After probably to the next time we fill up, it's all going to be flat ground from there. So interested to see what the differences are in between the two, you know, different types of terrain. I also want to see here on the Edge CTS. I reset the mileage on here. I want to see how close it is between what the hand calculated with the truck and what the monitor says. So the truck says we're getting 12.1. We got 11.2. I'll check and see if I can get back to the main menu here. We'll see what. Let's see. I'll check back in with you guys. So the Edge the Edge Insight, I guess it is, CTS2, has us at 11.66 miles to the gallon. So that's definitely better than what the truck said, and you know, closer to what the hand calculation was. So it's doing pretty good. And still blocked in here at the pump because this guy just had to pull behind me. I was just gonna back out, but it's starting to rain. There was an accident right in front of this Pilot. We're in Williamsport, Maryland. I don't know, somebody ran into the side of somebody, so they got the road blocked out of here. So even if I do get out of the pumps, who knows if I can actually get back to the highway. Well, second fuel stop. We are, I think we're outside of Columbus, Ohio right now. Just stopped at a Love's. I had 26 miles till empty. And there's this door. We went through the hills of Pennsylvania and West Virginia, so we weren't getting very good fuel mileage. And on top of that, we were only going about 40 miles an hour because it was absolutely pouring. So filling back up here. Really wish this truck had an auxiliary tank since it's got a baby fuel tank, but it gives me a chance to get out of the truck and stretch my legs. And it's 7:45 now. Fuel islands aren't going to be busy, so pull in, get fuel, get back out on the road within a couple minutes. So no big deal. I will report back here in just a minute and see what fuel mileage this thing gets. So that was only 9.62 miles to the gallon with the 6.0, but doesn't surprise me with the hills that we took on. I'm just trying to do this to compare these newer trucks. You know, this is an 06, 244,000 miles on it. Obviously you've got, it's no muffler, no cat, no EGR, which means no DEF. There's a truck like this, if it's reliable, cheaper to run than a newer truck. The only thing I don't like is no exhaust brake. But if you were to run a truck like this, you could, you know, you could change that and get a, you know, an aftermarket exhaust brake. But 9.62 miles to the gallon, which now we're on flat straight land, and we'll be on flat land all the way to Kansas. So let's knock out another couple hundred miles and probably see if we can't get to Indianapolis or maybe a little farther here yet tonight, and call it quits for the night. You know, I get this question a lot, and you know, I don't always know how to answer it. I get the question of, you know, can I hotshot in an older truck? And honestly, it's really up to you, the owner operator. What are you comfortable with? Now, for me, this truck that I'm driving right now, which is kind of what made me think of this topic and remind me of all the questions I get, you know, I am 110% confident in this truck. This truck has been in the family for, you know, 180,000 miles. I know the way it's been maintained. I know the excellent, you know, care that my father takes of this truck. Maybe I didn't take such great care of it when I had it, because I was young, dumb, and stupid, but it's been a great truck, and he gets his truck worked on by a Ford mechanic, and whatever the mechanic sees, it gets. So I have, you know, complete and utter confidence in this truck, and, you know, to take it across country. Now, some people are going to say that, you know, 6.0s aren't reliable, which, you know, they're not as reliable out of the box as any other, you know, Chevy, or in this year range, say an 06 Chevy, or, you know, an 06 Cummins, which is okay. But these trucks, if you put $3,000 to $4,000 in them, you have and will have a very reliable truck for a while. You know, head studs, when you do, you know, replace the head gasket, put new head studs in it, replace the high pressure oil pump, and delete the EGR, things like that, you can make these very reliable. Now, compared to, you know, an 06 Cummins, or even compared to, you know, an 06 Duramax, these are severely underpowered, which I don't know if I would feel comfortable hauling, say, 3 cars or 10,000 pounds of freight on a trailer behind this truck. I know it could do it, but without an exhaust brake, it doesn't make me feel, you know, very comfortable, and it's severely underpowered. You know, having the power to, you know, jump over in front of somebody if you need to, if there's an obstruction, need to get on the, you know, onto the highway, it's nice to be able to, you know, get moving pretty quickly. But it's not saying that you need to go out and buy a brand new truck and jump yourself into a payment when you could afford an older truck, you know, out of pocket in cash, and then not have that payment weighing over your head, making you work, you know, 24/7. You can be more, you know, more selective with your loads. You don't have to run cheap just because you need to make something. You can wait for that, you know, that hot load, or wait for that good paying load, because you're not chasing, you know, that truck payment around, and insurance is going to be cheaper on an older truck. But that's just my 2 cents. You know, I get the question about hot shotting in an older truck all the time. Honestly, I would, you know, I don't know if I would necessarily do it in a 6-liter Ford, even though I love this truck, but I've always wanted a 7.3. I've always wanted to try a 7.3 out for, you know, the long term, but it goes back to the same thing. They're just severely underpowered as well, but they are hella reliable. So anyways, we're going through, excuse me, we're almost to Cincinnati now. It is 9:15 p.m. Alrighty, so last fill up of the day. It is just after 11 o'clock. We are just on the east side of Indianapolis, and that's where we're gonna call it quits for tonight. Been up since 4, so it's 11 p.m. now. Been up since 4 a.m., so it's been a long day. But we're gonna do a fuel mileage check here and see what we got. So I've kind of been presented with an opportunity that I really haven't put much thought into, and we're going to touch on that in tomorrow's video. So that's what tomorrow is going to be about, so stay tuned for that. And this trip's got me thinking. It has to do with enclosed trailers. It has something to do with other trailers potentially that could be purchased, and it has to do with different truck setups. So with that being said, let's hop in here and check to see what we got for fuel mileage on this flat ground. Man, this GoPro is really pissing me off. keeps skipping to time lapse every time I try to start a video. So we did 203 miles. Sorry, let me close the door here. That guy was pulling in, he's running reefer, and it's loud. So we did, see if you guys can see my face, did 203 miles in that stint and used 19 gallons, so we're at 10.68 miles to the gallon. Pretty much, I'm gonna say anything over 10 for me is pretty much a win, no matter what I'm pulling. But yeah, so stay tuned for tomorrow's video, guys. I appreciate you watching, and it's time for me to get some shut-eye. Peace.